Mariah? While you're thinking about it, pray.
When you try to keep in contact with somebody, like you follow them so you can keep in contact with them.
Okay, press. Just one. What is a follower?
Following means like they like the same like that you made.
Okay. So, I know some people in here that like sports. Who do you follow in sports? Auburn Tigers, okay. Can you name me something, tell me something about the Auburn Tigers? Y'all won. Who's their quarterback? Okay. What's the name of their stadium? Jordan Hare Stadium. See, I didn't know that. I think I might have heard it before. Kalia, what's one of your singers that you follow? Beyonce, okay. How old is Beyonce? Okay. Where does she live at? Yeah, okay. What's one of her songs? 1 + 1, okay. Does it equal 2? All right, so basically, I looked up some definitions of a follower, and it says a person who is devoted to a particular person, a cause, or an activity, or a person that moves and travels behind somebody. I think I just saw that you traveled to an Auburn game, right? Okay, so what did you have to do to get prepared for that Auburn game? You had to get a ticket, right? Yeah, you had to get a ticket. You did some things to not just say, hey, I like Auburn. You did some things to... Gotcha. So you did some things to... Because you're a follower of them, you did a little bit of extra things, right? Okay, like me. I like, in sports, I follow Kansas City. You know, I've been to their stadium before. You know, I've got their, you know, like if I'm in the store and I see something Kansas City Chiefs, I get it. You know, my kids know that's one thing they can get me for Christmas, and it's not going to be something I don't like because I follow them. And so in reading this, you know, we all have people on people name different people that you know on Facebook or whatever. And somebody just give me a random name of somebody. Who? Just give me a random name. Betsy. All right, let's see. I have my phone with me. All right. I'm going to go on Facebook. Give me a last name.
Sue.
Betsy Sue. All right. Betsy Sue. All right, I'm looking up Betsy Sue on Facebook, and there's a lot of Betsy Sues on here. All right, so I'm just going to click on one. And I'm following Betsy Sue. It says, pretty but real, 100. There's Betsy Sue. I just follow Betsy Sue on Facebook. Do I know Betsy Sue? I don't, do I? How much effort did it take me to follow Betsy Sue? None. I just had to type in her name right and just probably a couple of fingers and thumbs. And now I'm following a Betsy Sue. It says she lives in Savannah, Georgia. If you ever watch this, Betsy Sue, I'm praying for you.
Should be like that creeper from Kentucky.
Yeah. So, it didn't take me really much effort to follow somebody on Facebook. I didn't even have to know them. I mean, I can read things about them. I can go look at Betsy Sue's pictures. And somebody asked me if I know Betsy Sue. I'd be like, yeah, I do. She's my friend on Facebook. She doesn't even know I exist, but she's my friend on Facebook. And so, what I got to looking at when I was talking to God, he said, a lot of people follow me like I'm on Facebook. We all claim to be a follower of Jesus, right? You know, and so being a follower of Jesus, it's almost like being somebody's friend on Facebook. There's a lot of people who are your friends on Facebook. There's people who don't even like you, Sister Randy, who are your friends on Facebook. They're following you. You know why? Because they have their own reason for why they're following you. Some of them are on there to be nosy. Why else would somebody follow you on Facebook that doesn't like you? All right? They want clout. They ain't got no friends. Spoken like a true Nariah. People who followed him because it was like, hey, Brother Richard, did you hear that? Did you hear about Jesus? You know, that guy on Facebook, I heard he's going to be in Crofton tomorrow. You want to go? You know what? One of my friends was there last week, and you know what? He was missing an arm, and Jesus put it back on. Let's go see what's happening. You know, some of them didn't need anything. They just wanted to go to be a part of the crowd. They were followers. They were part of, some people call them groupies. They just go everywhere that person's going. So it was a lot of groupies in Jesus' day that was just following him. Homeboys. They wasn't even his homeboys, Brother Richard. You know, some people follow Jesus just to see a debate with the Pharisees. You know what? Everybody loves good drama, don't they? It was probably like a modern day Jerry Springer show. Jesus versus the Pharisees, because of all the things that he was doing. Like Nariah said, just to get some clout. Oh, let me take a selfie with Jesus. He just healed this man over here. Now I'm going to get my likes up. You know, now I'm going to get some more views. So it came a time, it was after Jesus had fed the 5,000, and he was talking to his disciples. And I'm going to read this to you in Matthew 16, verse 24. Sorry it's taking so long. I can't hardly feel my fingers to turn the page. All right, 16 and verse 24. Then said Jesus unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. Somebody say, follow me. Follow me. Okay, so he's telling you to become a follower of him. You ever met somebody and you be like, hey, just add me on Facebook. You just meet them at work or something like that. Or they're like, how I get a hold of you? Oh, just add me on Facebook. You know, start following me on there and we can keep up with each other. Well, Jesus is saying, hey, you know what? We just got done. All these crowds over here. I fed 5,000. All these things are happening. And there was a whole bunch of people that was just following me. But now it's just him and his disciples. And he's giving them some instructions. And he started writing the verses before that. He was telling them about some things that was going to happen to him, some things that was going to have to happen. And that's when Peter was like, no, this stuff can't happen. I'm not going to let nobody do nothing to you. And that's when Jesus told him to get behind him, because there's things that have to happen if you're going to follow Jesus. There was things Jesus came to this earth to do. And nobody, it doesn't matter who you are, nobody can stop the plan of God. You know, and so even his disciples. And so he was like, you know, they're his disciples. And he's saying, hey, listen, let me tell you what's going to happen here. These things have to happen. But if anybody's going to follow me, because Jesus was saying, hey, I'm going to be gone, but I'm going to have some followers. You know, I'm going back up to heaven, but I'm going to have some followers on this earth. But if they're going to follow me, then the first thing they're going to have to do is say, somebody say, deny yourself. Somebody say, take up your cross. And then follow me. He said, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul? So Jesus was saying that, hey, I know these crowds are out here following me because I'm here. I know, yeah, I came here to preach this sermon, and there's 50,000 people here that are here. They're following me everywhere that I go, but they're not really my followers. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just because they were showing up where Jesus was didn't make them a follower of Jesus. Yes, you can follow somebody on Facebook, but what was her name? Betsy Sue or something? I don't know. It said she's in Savannah, Georgia, but that could be a lie. I don't know her. I'm not her friend. Just because I'm somebody's Facebook friend doesn't make me their friend in real life. And that's why you can see people that you have as friends on Facebook at Walmart, and they just keep walking. They won't even talk to you. And you'll be like, wait a minute. But on Facebook, they'll be liking all your stuff and saying this, but see you in person and won't even speak to you. But it says y'all are friends. Been friends since, 2016. But we don't talk, we don't communicate, we don't say anything to each other. It's like we're just Facebook friends. And that's what Jesus was saying. Hey, there's all these people out here. Listen, disciples, you see these crowds? Yes, they're here because I'm feeding the 5,000 and I'm doing all these works and stuff. But when I leave, there's going to be some real followers. And if somebody's going to follow me, they're going to have to, somebody say, deny yourself. And somebody tell me what it means to deny yourself. Listen. Yes, good job. Okay, so denying myself means that, how many know what this is? How many have one of these? How many of us spend plenty of time on them each day? How many of us have one of these? How many of us can honestly say we spend more time on this than we do with this, if we even open this up? Okay, so in this situation, nothing's wrong with this, right? We all got to have it. We need to talk to people. We need to send messages. We buy things or whatever. But how would we deny ourselves in this situation, Brian? Yes, nothing's wrong with this phone at all. But when we deny ourselves, it's saying, hey, you know what? I know that I want to call my friend. I know I want to watch TikToks, Kalia. But right now, I need to read the Bible some. I need to have my relationship with God. I need to talk to God. That is denying yourself. Denying yourself could be, hey, well, you know what? I know it's Monday night class. But you know what? My favorite team is playing tonight. I think I just want to skip class tonight. How could we deny ourselves in that situation? So we all get what it means to deny yourself, right? Let me tell you what a definition that I have of denying yourself means. It means to give up all your rights for the will of God. All your rights. So if I said, hey, I have the right to do whatever I want to. You do. Brother Richard, you're grown, right? Ain't nobody going to give you a whooping if you just do whatever. Well, maybe Sister Heather might, but you can pretty much, if you want to get up right now and walk out of church and go home, you could, couldn't you? Okay, but you can still do it, right? All right, Sister Randy, you don't have to come tonight if you don't want to, right? Nobody is making, now kids, you might have to because of your parents, but us that are grown, nobody is making us do anything. You know, we don't have to come to church, we don't have to do any of this stuff. But in denying yourself, it's saying, I'm giving up all my rights for the will of God. And so, who has Romans 12, verses 19 and 20?